All right, family. So I'm gonna show you how I chose my top 7 stocks for to watch tomorrow morning, in the pre-market and during the day and in the aftermarket. I used this calendar, and some minutes ago it was still working, but now it's bugging. I don't know why, but I got the information that I needed. And I used to think people were joking when they said that they spend 2 to 3 to maybe 4 hours the night before prepping for the market, but that's literally what I've been doing. So here we are, the calendar. Usually you kind of just click your earnings and it shows you what to, watch out for in the market tomorrow in terms of like, earnings wise, right? Because these are the companies that are going to be reporting their earnings. So you can kind of like keep an eye out for them. The count was actually like 70, I think. And this also usually shows stock splits and IPOs that are coming out. But for whatever reason, the page isn't loading. But what I did was, and I really wanted to show you guys this, but it's not like, working for whatever reason. But what I did was I took all the stocks that were having reports coming out tomorrow, and I added them to this bullish gappers. And like usually I would clear this out every time I want to use this system. I would clear this out and add the daily earnings to, or the daily stocks that were, or the stocks that were expecting daily earnings from, to this list. Yeah, so as you can see, this is the list here. Really high level. I am very particular about the short ratio, which is right here. But also very high level. I like to filter this by volume, and just looking at it, right? I look at the volume, just really high level. I look at the volume, make sure it has a decent amount of volume. Anything less than 200,000 is really risky. I look at the chart to check for upward mobility and whatnot. And I also make sure that the stock in question has a decent short ratio. Professional traders will tell you anything above 25, 0.25, 25% is good. But the higher the better. And just really high level, those are the main things that I check for on this list. And I kind of like zero out certain players just from this list, just by looking at the charts and looking at the metrics. Really high level, just a high level overview. If I look through the names and I find one that kind of sticks out, I think Guess was on this list. Guess is really the only company that I'm really familiar with. And yeah, it may Guess, as popular as they are, they might not move so much. I think Kodak was also on this list. Yeah, so Kodak was also on this list, but I don't think Kodak made my final 7. So I'm going to just move on to the daily 7. So these are my daily 7 here: Oncocyte, Ring Energy, Catalyst Pharmaceuticals, J. Jill, Guess, Curis, and Clipper Realty. For the sake of pricing and affordability, I like to keep, like, the ideal would be to pick stocks above $3-4. Technically, they're still penny stocks, but they are a lot more affordable, especially if you want to run an option strategy that you want to close out the same day. But for this one in particular, the only one that I will be considering running a a option strategy on will be Clipper Realty. The rest I'm just gonna play normally because my account hasn't settled, which is annoying, and I can't use unsettled funds to trade. I may be able to add more funds, but really, honestly, I don't want to add more funds to my account. But so I'm just really playing around with all unsettled funds, basically. And with unsettled funds, I can use it to day trade, like, have trading power. I just can't use it to buy options, which is annoying. And I can't use it to buy crypto as well, which is really annoying. So, yes, so this is it right here. There was one in particular that didn't have that great of a volume, which is Clipper Realty. And yes, Clipper Realty doesn't have the trading volume that I want. Its 10-day average is just 60,000. But I feel like it's worth taking a look at because it's this kind of stock that has a tendency to gap. And although it's, affordable, and although it has low volume, we do have a high short ratio is 5.2, which is perfect. And it's also perfect that it's closing low on a downtrend coming from an uptrend. If you just like real quick overview, right? Oh my gosh. What is wrong with the internet? I think it's my internet that's just acting up. But luckily, I've preloaded a lot of this stuff for you guys to see. So if you look at that, it's really on the uptrend, uptrend, and then it's a downtrend here. And I think the reason for that is because people are holding here. If you look at it right here, there's a volume, there's a spike. I believe the news of today's press release triggered some interest, and people bought in at $8, between $8.78 and $8.86. We're talking about, let's say averagely, conservatively, like 500,000 people bought in at this price, and we're currently trading lower than that. And we're looking at basically the trader psychology here to kind of identify what is really happening in real time with this stock. And as you can see, the people that bought at this high volume are really just holding, and I guess the buyers were also able to, the buyers and sellers, because everybody has ulterior motives these days, were able to, bring the price down. But these guys, these bulls right here, are still holding it strong. They have the highest volume, and these are the bag holders. So because of this, I am here, right? Clipper Realty made the list because of the bag holders that were I was able to identify here. And in the pre-market tomorrow, I'm gonna watch everything to see how things play out. But I will already plan my entry. Well, based on how things play out, I'm gonna plan my entry position in real time when I'm watching the market in the morning. So yeah, so you can see that they check the list. It's only Jill that doesn't have a really high short ratio. Ugh, Jill. But look, Jill has the best gains out of the list, and its graph is amazing. It's extremely volatile, and it's perfectly priced at $5. Well, that's a pre-market. It's priced at 6.4. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, so to not get lost in the nitty gritty, I also use Yahoo Finance to kind of just give me a brief overview of the current history and the projections of the company, all the stats that you need to look at, the chatter, the most relevant chatter are here. It shows recommendations. It shows that it's bullish. It shows that it's a great buy. By the time you open up the charts, it will show you more metrics. I kind of did that for everything. So everything really looks good in terms of buy wise. There's a decent amount of chatter on these. Jill in particular, I think I wanted to show you guys Jill. Jill has a very interesting chart. The gaps. The gap up is what I'm looking at. The gap ups, really, here. We have 7.2 million trading at between 8.6 and a low of 4.4, right? 7.2 million in this instant in February traded that volume. And I'm not sure if it's been I don't know. I don't know if there's like still back holders here. It's kind of hard because there was a sell off here. But I doubt people that bought high here. What is that? 6.5. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna assume. I think it's gonna be, fair to say that we have a lot of people in the 5 to 6 range that want a profit that may be able to drive this up in the market tomorrow morning. But I will use a different, you know, app to kind of dive into that. Guess, fan favorite. I wouldn't have considered Guess because it's priced at 27, but I will show you that later. I'll show you why I'm going with Guess later. There's an option strategy, option play that could be made. Curious seems good. I really like Curious. I think Curious might be one to watch out for in the morning. And then Clipper Realty, I think I've went over Clipper Realty already. Just the fact that it looks like the perfect setup for a short squeeze, and I think we have like bag holders right there. Yeah, pretty sure I went over that as well. So yes, so after this analysis on Yahoo Finance, we're gonna go to WeBull, and as you can see, I have so the thing about Yahoo Finance is that it's great. The high level overview is great to kind of like watch the charts during the day, but in the pre-market, this doesn't really show a lot of activity. But the screener, the scanner in Webull will show you everything happening in real time in the pre-market and in the aftermarket. So it's just better to have, excuse me, that's the same portfolio, the same watch list on your Webull account. So as you can see, these are the accounts that we're looking at, and this is really what I'm going to use in the morning when I'm watching the market. You want to check the news, make sure everything is everything. There's a decent amount of chatter. You want to check the comment section, see what people are saying. Around $45. Second test of trending support in the last 30 days. Positive catalyst. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I am. Oh, yes. Clipper. I wanted to show you guys the options. Oh, wait. This thing did have options, right? Oh, what? It didn't have options? Oh, no. Was it Curious that had options? I think it was Curious that had options. And I wanted you guys to see just how. So, Curious is in the money at $10, right? This is really affordable. If you could get into Curious at a hundred, wait, yeah, that's $150. $150. Oh my goodness, rude. $150. You can buy a few call options and hold, because I don't see this going down below 10. So you're going to definitely remain in the money at 1.5. You can pay the bid, oh sorry, pay the ask, or put it in the middle for 1.6, and kind of just ride the wave, because I don't see Curious going down below $10 tomorrow, right? So, and this is the chart right here. You can see the gap up from last year. This is the daily chart that we're looking at, and you can see that it's on the freaking climb. This is a good buy. Curious right here. Look at this. Look at this. And then let's also look at the spike here and let's try to find the volume. 6.7 million. I'm not gonna say that is a spot where we can find bag holders, but the volume is pretty high there, right? And I think what happened was this middle price here, 10 10 9, well, 1091, or let's say 1092, is where most of it happened, but it's so drawn out, like it's so long, I can't really interpret this, but I think it's safe to say that 10.9, we have a lot of bag holders there. And I think they might be holding, because like the only other chances that they had to sell were recently, but I don't think they're selling. I think they're buying and waiting on the catalyst to catapult this to the moon. So I would definitely do an option call on this, on Curious. And for guess is just on an upward trend. And this is the daily chart. Um, yeah, this is the daily chart. Like I'm just really gonna watch and see how it plays out. Same things for Jill. Um, Same thing for Jill. But I guess I'm really excited about Curious and Clipper. I guess I'm probably gonna name those. Oh no 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 no, Rye. Nothing so exciting about Rye, but it is one to look out for tomorrow. It is on an uptrend, and um, yeah, it just looks good. It looks good because it's on an uptrend. On the site, there was something exciting about on the site. Oh yeah, I think it's the fact that it's on a dip. It's perfect. I would totally buy this because because it's currently recovering from a dip. And it's going up, and I feel like it's about to test its resistance at 6.5. And I feel like, and I believe that the catalyst of the earnings report coming tomorrow might just be the thing, because as you can see, it's been trading in low volume compared to these days where it traded 5 millions here, and it's just dwindling down to like below 2 million consecutively. I think it almost got to 3 million around here. But yeah, it's pretty much been trading below 3 million, right? So it means that people are holding intentionally, and while people are also shorting. But it looks like, the price is coming up, and the sellers are holding the price up and pushing it up. And if we continue that trajectory, I do believe that we can reach 5.5 tomorrow at the very least, which is, roughly, would I say that's 20%? I don't know. Hey Google, what is 0.5 divided by 5? Is that 10%? That's 10%.
Divided by 5 is 0.1.
Yeah, that's 10%. Yeah, so at least a minimum 10% gain. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for my analysis.